I always fought just to wear the crown.
What I've sent you is the testing sheet, like everyone's fastest lap.
Okay, yeah.
And guess who's not first, second, third, fourth or fifth?
Max.
Uh-huh. Guess who's ahead of him?
That could be anyone.
6 other drivers. Checo.
Oh.
Although, so's Guan Yu Zhou, so... What do I normally say? What do I normally say? Oh, welcome back, guys. Okay, sorry, I had the biggest mind blank in the world then. Right. Whew. Welcome back, guys, and we are here for another All Things Single-Seater episode. It's me and Jordan. We're here to discuss pre-season testing and Bahrain for next week. How are we doing, Jordan?
Yeah, I'm good. Just waiting for the season to start now. I feel like we've waited so long and, you know, it's literally less than a week away. How about you?
Yeah, good. The light is really annoying me behind my head. I just realised it's like flashing. But it's all good. No, I'm good. I think testing was great. I've been off all week, so I managed to watch it all, which was cool. A few surprises. I think, obviously, if people are clearly sandbagging, I think every team has sandbagged, so, you know. But I think it's going to be quite interesting. I think some teams have surprised a little bit. The order, I think, is going to change a little bit too, which will be quite cool, potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, who would you say surprised you, like team-wise or driver-wise or anyone really?
This is going to seem really random, but like looking at like the laps and stuff like that, and like reliability of cars and stuff, I've got to say Atss.
I knew you were going to say that. That's the only reason I sent you this link, to show you that Atss were at the top of the board in terms of laps done.
Because, like, normally they have a bit of, you know, reliability issues, don't they?
Yeah.
And obviously that's what pre-season testing is for, to, like, fine-tune before the start. But as far as I'm aware, they've been pretty okay in pre-season testing. No real big problems. Obviously, they've got the most laps in out of everyone. Maybe a bit of improvement for them.
I hope so. I mean, they did a lot of... I forget the team boss's name. I'm very sorry. But they said that they did basically just long tyre run in the first 2 days or first day and a half or something. Which was pretty clear because they were pretty slow, but they were doing laps, which was really, really good. I think they've got more pace in them, but I don't think they're going to be consistently scoring points. But I hope it's better than last year, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, Hulkenberg, I think I got the lap here. He did... Obviously, it's testing again, so it's all... You kind of take it with a pinch of salt, but like his fastest lap was the 14th fastest lap, so it's not like they're both rooted at the bottom of the testing sheets. But then again, you could argue that Zhou's up in 4th, and it's not going to mean that Zhou's going to be fighting for 4th every week. So, but I think the car looked good.
Who's one of the teams who had a problem? It was Williams, wasn't it? They've obviously done the least amount of laps.
Yeah, Albon and Sargent had issues, didn't they? Sargent had a little spin as well, I think, on day 2 or the afternoon of day 1. They've got a new steering wheel, so they don't have the little fucking screen, and I don't like it. It doesn't look the same. It was like the only thing different about their car. Maybe that's why they were last for so long. Although they've changed it and they're still not great, so who knows. It's going to be a testing year for them though, because they want to keep Alex, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Well, apparently, rumour has it, because obviously we've had a wild off-season since we last done a video. James Fowles has turned around and said that Alex is staying with the team for 2025. Obviously, this isn't fully confirmed. His contract does run out at the end of 2024, but I don't know if they've got a +1 year in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But obviously, that's his main objective, is to retain Alex, I'd say, for at least the next 2 years. But we'll have to see. It depends if there's any improvement with the car.
Yeah.
And because Alex will be hot property, I think.
Yeah. I think he will. I think it's going to be crazy who goes where, because Mercedes, I think, who would they put in? My gut feeling is Alonso. Now hear me out, because Kimi Antonelli is rated so well, right? So let's say, for example, he wins F2 this year. He might not, but let's say he gets in the top 5 and he gets that super license points. You've got Fernando this year, and then Fernando next year, and next year I think Mercedes will then loan Antonelli out to Williams, and they'll replace him with Sargent, and then when Alonso retires, Antonelli will just go straight into the Merc. Might not happen. I've been wrong all the times before in my life, so ignore everything. But I'm telling you, if this comes in,
honestly, I don't know who could fill the Merc seat.
do you think they'll put Albon in?
Through... It's a possibility.
Yeah.
I think it's a very highly possibility. I don't think Fernando would go there, personally.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think he would.
I guess it depends how good the Aston Martin is, doesn't it?
Exactly.
And they do look okay.
Because obviously, yeah. So
their race pace, they look really strong. Like their quali pace was a little bit down, but their race pace, they look very good. Yeah.
See, it also depends on how Merc does. Like in probably the first 5 races, if they've got a car which is battling for podiums, obviously I know they got podiums last year, but if they've got both cars battling for podiums, getting pole position, stuff like that, that will make the team more of a option for other drivers to go to as well, because it's not just the drivers who have got to have good performance and stuff like that, it's the team as well. It's what they're promising for the following year and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's a few options running through my head for the Merc seat, but I just don't know. Obviously, Alex is probably the main one in my head.
Ocon, Gasly. The thing is, every team's going to be talking to them, and this is like, like even Magnussen and Hulk are going to be talking to Merc, and they're the sort of drivers like Ocon and Gasly probably, I don't know, but if you put someone, it depends if Merc want Russell to lead that team, because then they're going to have to put in a number 2 driver, so who's going to want to be that number 2? And I think out of everyone that's available for the Merc seat, there's only 3 drivers that I think would go in as a number 2, and that's Bottas, Magnussen and Hulkenberg, because they're older and they're kind of like, they just want to be in a top seat. I think if you put Ocon or Gasly in, there are going to be teammate issues, because they'll both have issues with Russell, because they have issues everywhere they go. I think Albon is not going to settle for number 2. Alonso wants to win again, so is not going to settle for number 2. Sainz has just left Ferrari, so is not going to settle for number 2. So I think Mercedes have to really think about it and think, do they want G-Russ to lead that team? If the answer's not yet, then they'll put in someone to be level playing field with him, like Alonso, like Sainz, like like Albon.
I can't really. I could see him going back. It would be nice if he went back. He spent a lot of time with that team, but I don't know if he would get that number 1 seat, because I see Russell being their number 1 for the next couple of years, and then if they get Kimi from F2 coming in, then they're going to have 2 number 1 drivers.
I like how none of us have mentioned Mick, who's their test driver.
I'm a bit 50-50. Obviously, he's their reserve and test driver, but
I just don't think he is consistent enough to warrant it, if that makes sense. I think he would deserve another chance in F1.
Yeah.
But the amount of times, I think that's what it boils down to, which is why probably of all the drivers that are going to go for the Merc seat, there's probably only a handful that they're even going to consider anyway, because all the crashes that Mick had in the Haas, that will still be in their mind. So like you got to think if you're crashing in a Haas, it's less of a, well, it's still expensive, but it's less of a reputational damage than if you're crashing every week in a Merc, you know.
Yeah.
So they'll probably
Merc
think
has
of
got a
that.
lot more sponsors. They've got a lot more expectations.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, they've got a lot more money than Haas, but it's not the point. They don't want the damaging image of one of their drivers crashing in and out. They've look back to when it was Lewis and Nico, when they crashed into each other, how damaging that was for them.
Yeah.
And like their relationship went after that. And like for the team's image, it was so bad. They were headline news for ages.
Yeah.
Like this simple little thing, like if Lewis radioed and was like, "Oh, he's not letting me pass,"
It's amplified
stuff
so
like that.
much. Like,
it depends on him this year. Obviously, he's in WEC this year.
yeah.
So I'd say they're probably keeping a very close eye on him to see how he goes and like stuff like that. They might do like a few test days with like older cars and kind of see. But I don't think Haas was the right place for him. I think his confidence, like they belittled his confidence.
Ferrari
And that's
put him
why
there.
he was.
But I also think Gunther isn't a arm around you boss, and I don't think Gunther is a great boss. But I don't think Mick helped himself. You know, I think.
I agree with like some part of that. Like,
I think
sometimes he
Gunther
didn't
ruined
himself.
it. Gunther probably ruined it a bit more. Like even Magnussen was like, Mick's good, give him the confidence. Like so, it's clear that like people at Haas wanted him to do well, but maybe the top guys didn't want him to do well. So kind of like looked for a reason to get rid of him. I don't know.
And then you look at Williams and James Fowles. Obviously, he's only been in team principal for a year.
Yeah.
And his approach is very different compared to obviously Gunther's. So it's like you can see why Williams is further ahead because they've got a team principal which will, you know, how he spoke about Logan and stuff like that. And like halfway through the season saying, oh, he knows what he needs to do. That's it. He didn't drag it on. He didn't fuel the media and be like, oh, he needs to score points. He needs to do this and stuff like that. And even when they were speaking about Sargent re-signing and whatever, they were still somewhat like positive about him.
Yeah. I think also Gene Haas just needs to invest a bit more. Like they don't really...
Yeah.
You know, they're trying to cut costs everywhere. Like, they got those stupid fucking micro pit walls. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, where the money that you're cutting, where's it going? You know? Like, because it ain't going on making the car better at the moment, is it? So,
No.
they're going to be an interesting one, you know. I think another interesting one's going to be Sauber. Kick, green, neon... Sauber. It looks nice. In the day, it looks horrific. In the night, it looks amazing. In my opinion, obviously, people think it looks great. I just think if it's like a gloomy, muggy day, it just I don't think it's going to look great at Silverstone. I don't think it will look great, to be fair. But like under the lights at Abu Dhabi or Singapore, I think it will look really cool.
Yeah.
But you know, I think as well, how cool would it be if Vettel got the Merc seat, Alonso stayed at Aston and they stayed competitive, and then you'd have Verstappen and Ricciardo at Red Bull in 25.
Put that in there.
Yeah. Charles and Lewis at Ferrari, Vettel and Russell, Alonso and Lance, and then the McLarens of Lando and Piastri. Imagine having those 9 drivers, having those 9 drivers fighting it out every week. That would be pretty sick if the gap closes again next year. Also, actually, I'm going to say this now because I say it every year and it never happens. Lance Stroll's going to win a race this year, and I believe in it. I'm not believing it, but I'm going to say it, so if it does happen, fair play, I called it. I think he's going to have a better year, though. I genuinely think he's going to have a better year. It's not going to happen, is it?
No.
Okay. Fine. Fair enough. Predictions.
Yes.
I hid behind the mic when I said that.
Right, yeah.
Oh, am
You
I
go
going? Am
first.
I going first? Right. Okay.
I thought you was, because you was like...
It was my idea.
Yeah,
okay.
it was, actually.
P5 in quali.
5.
Alonso.
Okay, that's reasonable, you know.
P4. Leclerc.
Leclerc, yeah.
P3 Carlos.
Oh, yeah.
P2 Checo.
Yes.
P1 Valtteri. No, sorry. P1 Verstappen. I think that is the most sensible I can be. Ish.
Yeah.
What have you gone for?
I'm just still working it out.
Oh wait,
Hold on,
no.
give me a
Biggest surprise as well. Biggest disappointment. Ocon is going to get knocked out in Q1.
minute. Is that surprise?
Disappointment.
Disappointment.
And is that a disappointment? Because we don't know. And Joe's going to make it into Q3. First race of the season, anything can happen. It's going to happen.
Oh, right. So,
I'm ready.
P5, I've gone for Norris.
Oh, I forgot about them. Really? Okay.
P4, I've gone for Sainz.
Okay.
P3, I've gone for Hamilton.
Right. Okay.
P2, I've gone for Stappen.
Okay. Number 1, you've put Leclerc to win. Number 2, where the fuck's Perez? What's happened?
I just don't know.
Oh, this is quali,
I
isn't
don't
it? This
know.
is quali, isn't it? Okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so Leclerc's going to get pole,
Yep.
basically. Perez, I don't know about. To be honest.
Evidently.
Surprise. Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna say Sergeant in Q3.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna say one Aston Martin don't get in the top 10.
Okay, that's fair. So Stroll's not getting in the top 10. Nice. Okay, for the race. 5th. You see, part of me thinks it's going to be the same finishing order-ish as last year. So I'm going to do... Only Leclerc's going to finish. So I'm going to do Leclerc P5, Sainz P4, Alonso P3, Perez and Verstappen. Biggest disappointment is going to be... One of the Mercedes will be outside of the top 8. This is like proper predictions. And Haas will score a point. Will be a surprise. Because it will be a surprise.
Who was your third, second, and first?
Alonso, Perez, Max.
I thought so. Alonso, Perez.
Oh, I was
I
going
need
to
to think.
say that the Mercedes will collide. But I don't know.
Why have you got such bad vibes about Mercedes?
Because their star driver's leaving. Like, in a year.
Next year,
Okay.
we've got a whole
Okay.
24 race weekends left with him in silver/black.
Okay. Answer me this. How great was Sebastian Vettel for Ferrari? How terrible
for a can of fish.
Is it? I don't think it is. You see, when he left,
Ferrari didn't have any performance. Mercedes might.
not have any performance. All I'm thinking is Russell is a whiny bitch on the radio at the best of times. Now Lewis is leaving, it's going to be, oh, you're prioritising the guy that's leaving now, are you? And you just know he's going to say those things, and you know he's going to do those things, and you know that they're going to get angry at each other. I don't know. I'm holding a nice little keyring of an F1 car too. You just know that it's going to happen. They might not crash at Bahrain, but I do think they're going to...
I don't think he will, though. Because then he's going to possibly go down the order to be number one driver for when Lewis leaves.
Charles is number one when Seb left. And there was a bit of rebellious attitudes happening. I don't know. I'm just saying don't rule it out.
That's more from Vettel than Leclerc.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, but no. You're not giving me bad vibes on Mercedes. No
Okay,
way.
okay. I will not put that in their prediction. I swear to God, if they collide lap one, I'm going to get so mad.
That's why I talk to you.
Give me your race prediction.
I'm going to be annoyed.
There are a lot of cars that are good-ish now. Like, Lando
Yeah,
could finish
like
top
you've got-
5.
Both Red Bulls, you've got both McLarens, you've got both Ferraris, both Mercs, one Aston Martin. You might possibly, depends on Williams, they might be further up the order. These are cash up Racing Bulls, whatever it's called.
Yes,
And you're
they're going to be good. They're
Right?
going to be good. I so totally forgot about all of that. They're going to be good. Can I change my surprise?
In what? The
Instead of Haas scoring a point, both Visa Cash Apps to score points. So a double points on their technical debut after renaming.
ECARB.
Yeah. Because I think they're going to be good. I keep forgetting about all these teams.
Yeah. Right. Race.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we're still on that.
P5, I'm going to go Piastri.
Okay.
P4, Norris. P3, Hamilton. I'll go Leclerc. And then I'll put Verstappen to win. So a bit of a different prediction compared to you.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. I mean, it makes sense for Max to win from a Charles Leclerc pole. He does do that quite a lot.
Yeah. Hopefully I get it wrong and Leclerc does win, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, that's fair. What's your... I feel like you've got to put Checo in your disappointment if he's not finishing or qualifying in the top 5.
I think he's going to crash with Alonso.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why, but
Okay. Okay. What's your surprise? Surprise package?
I don't know. Who've we got? We've got the Hasses, the VCarbs,
Sauber.
Saubers.
Williams. No one really knows where Alpine is, but they never really tend to force their hand in testing, so...
I don't think they're going to be very good this year.
Really?
Yeah, just... They're quite down on my expectations. They could surprise me,
Yeah.
but I just don't think they're going to be as
As good.
good.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
fair enough.
So, I'm going to say...
It could be anything, by the way. It could be like no safety car is a disappointment, or like no crash. No, not no crash. No overtakes or something. I don't know. But don't hope for that, to be fair.
No, I expect one. Well, if I've put bloody Alonso and Perez to crash...
Yeah, you might not have got the move done. You might not have got the overtake done.
I'm going to say both Williams to score points. Not much of a surprise as Albon, but Sargent it would be.
It would be.
First race.
Yeah, considering he's scored a 1 all year.
But considering I've took out 2 of, like, 1 Red Bull and an Aston Martin, that means there's 2 spots in the top 10.
That's true. That's very true. And if Williams are 11th and 12th, then it's going to work. Oh, I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, actually, for this now. Looking at the times as well. I mean, obviously, yeah, the times still aren't accurate, but everyone's closer than I thought, ish.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot closer than last year.
100%. Definitely. First predictions of the season done. That's,
23 more to go.
23 more to go. 23 more to go. My prediction this year is that I'm going to beat you in the predictions.
Boring. We both know I'm going to win.
We both know that I'm gonna start rogue again next week and predict like Piastri to win from pole or something. But it's what I do. It's great. But we're gonna wrap it up there, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you are as excited as us for the start of the season, and let us know your predictions in the comments down below. And we will see you next week. That was such a high-pitched week. Fuck me. That was so bad.
I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown.